Lately, Christian and I have been waking up, grabbing a blanket, and going straight outside. I love looking at this view. I love our little fruits that grow all around our property. Honestly, in my wildest dreams, I don't think I could have dreamt up this life. And sometimes it feels like it's coincidence or luck or by some miracle that everything's played out the way it has, but I know that nothing worked in my life until I started loving myself. It's easy to think that things are happening to you and not because of you. I created this life, and I also created every life in which I was miserable. And I think that taking responsibility and leaving victim narratives is the first step to creating something you'll want to pinch yourself to wake up to. I am making 15 nice smoothie bowls. Later today, I'm taking myself on something I call a self-date. I just think it's important to understand that relationships are always going to just be a reflection of how full or empty your own cup is. And I think that I struggled for so long to understand that I had complete power of filling my own cup. And I think that it's easy to let somebody else become your whole world and your whole happiness, but it's not sustainable in any way. And I think that cultivating the love from yourself to yourself is something that we're not maybe taught enough how to do, or why it's important to do. You know, we're encouraged to find relationships and we're encouraged to make friends, but I feel like, at least in my own life, I was never encouraged to tend to myself, I guess. And I think that loving yourself is also not that complicated. I think you can know you love yourself, but I think that it's super healthy to also go and show that to yourself by taking yourself on a walk, or what I like to do is going and doing all my favorite things and imagine like I'm on a date with myself. And it is really different, even though you can do these things with other people, it is really different to do them with yourself. Only you can fill your own self. I've learned that other people's love can only go so far. But when you love yourself and you fill your own cup, it's kind of like incomparable. Other people can never love you into loving your own self. And it's crazy because the minute you step back and you step aside and you say, like, what do I feel good about? About my life, about myself. It's funny because then you'll start seeing it in like everyone else. Because I promise you, we're all just reflections. We're all just seeing each other through our either empty cup or full cup that only we can fill. I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna go. I love this drive down the mountain. It's just so pretty, and there's so many tree tunnels. I'm taking myself today to my favorite places. First stop is the bookstore. I didn't really know what I was looking for. I found this little Pisces self-care book, and I just thought it was so perfect. It actually listed everything that my heart was craving, to read poetry, and it also said to go to the ocean, which I was already planning on doing, but I love that confirmation. I feel like my whole life I was never just sensitive, soft. I also was just so intense and deep, and I feel like the ocean resembles that so well that I do honestly feel really seen when I'm by the ocean. I've always loved the quote, be soft enough to slip through fingers, but strong enough to hold up ships. Something as simple as like reading a book feels so good. It feels like my whole childhood. I just wanted somebody to explain to me like how things worked. And I feel like when I pick up a book and put it in my hands and absorb all this beautiful information that is going to be so helpful for my life, oh my God, it feels like a big hug to my inner child and to my adult self. Happiness is a state of constant action, of looking for things that feel good to you, looking for things that will make you laugh, that will fill your heart. And when you train your mind to be able to look for the good in everything, eventually it will do it naturally. And the whole quality of my life changed when I started practicing gratitude. I will never get tired of looking at the sunset. It was such a perfect day, and I'm so ready to get home and hug my honey. On the drive home, I got actually really emotional. I just felt my own love, and I felt everything so clearly. I feel like I hide from my own emotions, but when I spend time with myself, I feel the fullness of my whole experience, and I was just so overwhelmed with gratitude and love for my own self and for Christian. I ran in and I hugged him, and this is exactly why I will continue to so-called date myself even as I'm in a relationship. These little mandarins tasted so good. I am so grateful to be with a man that his highest priority is growth and love and truth, and I feel like I've been on this journey with him long before even meeting him. I brought this little step stool out because I couldn't reach the mandarins from the tree. We are the creators of our reality, but I have never been able to create anything in my life that I desired, even with the most intricate manifestation, unless I connected to the highest, most loving awareness in my heart. And I think that the times where I'm withholding love in my heart from others, I definitely don't create anything I'm desiring. I actually create the opposite. And something Christian said that I loved was that the Most High loving awareness doesn't speak in language, it speaks in love. And there's no way to go around that. There's no practice that can evade that. Hi, I just want to say thank you for watching so far. This is my first video like this, and I think I'm going to make a lot more. I just wanted to say that I know that it seems extreme maybe to take yourself out on self-dates and do gratitude journals and do all of this like self-love things, but remember that not everyone's journey is the same, and if you're somebody who have both parents in your life and you've always felt chosen and cherished and valued, you probably have already a really strong sense of self-worth and self-love maybe, but I struggled my whole life to truly feel loved. And you know, these are the things that I do that help me, and my abandonment wound is something that was debilitating for most of my life. I'm talking about I would attract people and situations that would just further reinstate how little I valued myself and how little I thought of myself. And I would self-sabotage, I would choose unavailable partners, and these are just the things that have helped me, and I in no way invented these things. I've read a lot of books that I think were the most helpful thing. I especially recommend The Mastery of Love by Miguel Ruíz. I think one of the biggest obstacles for me from my abandonment wound is how I learned to self-abandon. And I quickly learned that self-abandonment was like a core break that spread like spider webs onto every other part of my life. And it's just part of my journey now that I will do things to cultivate a strong sense of worth and a strong sense of self. And I'm just happy to be able to share this with you all. I feel like sometimes I don't recognize myself from the girl who just didn't know any other reality except the one in which I was never the one chosen by me or others or by any good circumstance. And having a single mom and also wanting this deep intimacy that I felt like was missing from parents, etc. When I did end up being in a relationship, which it was all I craved at the time, it and honestly like completely shattered my whole world. When my first boyfriend broke up with me, I was 17, and other people's love was like a drop, and just wanted to replace my love to myself by other people's love. That would only almost reinstate like the missingness of something that was like unfillable, it felt like, until I learned to give myself everything it was that I was looking from others. And that felt like the ocean compared to the drops I was getting from others. And it's something that Miguel Ruíz really explains well in his book, The Mastery of Love. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and remember to ask your spirit guides and to ask the most loving, highest awareness to guide you and to fill your heart. And I believe in you, and you're so loved, and you matter so much. You are allowed to take up space, and you are meant to be here. Thank you so much for watching. This is your reminder to go outside and touch grass. And if you don't have access to that, just go outside and feel the sun on your skin. And if you don't have access to that, just go outside and breathe fresh air. The best way to take care of others is to take care of yourself. And just remember that the best way to take care of yourself is really quite simple, is understanding that in this now moment, you have everything you could ever need, and everything that could make you feel good is not in some future or in the past. It's right here, and it's right now.